Welcome to Save Par Golf Podcast, where two average golfers talk about golf and things. I'm your host, Eric.
I'm your host, Dominic.
In today's episode, we'll cover Dom's top golf experience.
Woo!
Tiger Woods is back. Colin Morikawa gets engaged and then follows up by blowing the lead in the final round of the Hero Challenge, and much, much more random food and sports talk. Dom, we are in episode 22.
I can't believe it's 22 already.
I know. We're almost in year 2022, which...
I was going to say I'm almost 22, but I'm past 22.
You're past 22. I know. I'm well
22.
past 22.
We know.
Yeah, we do know that.
We know.
Episode 22 coming to an end of the year close here. We are going to have season 2 coming up. Got a bunch of exciting guests next year, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I am too. I think we're going to definitely kind of take it to the next level. Have a lot more input on different aspects of the game of golf from a bunch of different types of personalities.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see how other people view golf or how they like to play golf, how they got into golf.
Yeah, I feel like everyone has kind of like an interesting story on how they kind of got into the game of golf. So that's just kind of like looking forward. That's kind of what we're at right now. We're going to have a season 2. So we'll probably have I'd imagine maybe one more episode, maybe 2 more episodes.
I would imagine. I know next week we won't have one because you're going to be out of town.
I'll be out of town. Yep. And then the following weekend, I think we should be able to do.
So we should get 2 more.
Episode. Yeah, I would imagine probably 2 more episodes. So yeah, let's just start off with the bat here. Dom went to Topgolf. Kind of surprising. It's his first experience at Topgolf, but
yeah, I'd never been to Topgolf before, and we did a bachelor party. And
that was a good time.
Yeah, from what I remember, I was hitting the ball pretty good.
Sounds like you had a couple 13, 14s, a couple of drinks.
15, 16s.
15, 16s.
I know
nice.
When I got there, everyone's like, "Oh, they're getting a beer or whatever," and I'm like, "No, I'm gonna be sophisticated, so I got a rum and coke."
Okay.
And I was super thirsty because we were on the 3rd floor, so the bays were heated, and I'm like, "Oh, they're heated, whatever." They were hot.
I was gonna ask you what level you were playing.
3.
So you're on the top level. Did you feel a little iffy right off the bat?
So my whole goal for the night was not to be the one who falls off, right? Because I don't want to be that dude in the net, but at the same time, I would like to be the dude in the net.
You didn't really want to be Instagram famous for that night?
Well, as long as I was a golf meme that we could repost, I was all for it.
You were for that?
Yeah. But I didn't bring my own clubs because I didn't want to be that guy at Topgolf.
You didn't, or you did?
I didn't.
Oh, no, I would. I mean, depends on what you're looking for. If you're drinking and just having a good time, then I guess it's not a big deal.
Right.
But if you're just trying to get some cuts in, definitely bring your own clubs.
But if I'm just trying to bring cuts in, I'm not going to go to Topgolf.
Well, it depends on what time of year you're going. Like right now, obviously.
I still wouldn't go to Topgolf.
With those heaters, I've played a few times in the winter. But like tonight, no, it's freezing cold.
Right.
But weather was fine. You said it was hot in the bay?
Yeah, it was super nice. Beautiful night. I didn't think the bay was going to get as hot, and we had it all catered. So we had like a chicken tender basket.
They have actually pretty good food.
The food is pretty bomb.
Yeah, it's actually kind of low key.
Yeah, so like we were able to bundle everything together as a package. So we had 2 bays for like 2 hours, which was plenty for 10 of us. And then I had 2 like appetizer platters catered. So they had sliders, chips and dip, and then chicken tenders, and it was super good. And I had a lot of fun. It was pretty good though. Nobody fell off.
That's a win-win.
Yeah.
Did you guys play any specific games, or you just kind of played the one that had just kind of generated it?
So the first one was like the original. You just hit balls, and that's when I was just dominating at with the 4-iron. And then
from what you remember?
Yeah. I know I scored 123 points, which doesn't sound too bad, right?
From what I remember, no. I think that's a pretty decent score.
Oh, cool. Not bad for I haven't swung a club since August, so
I'm kind of in that same boat.
And then after that, we played Angry Birds, which is a newer one that they have there. So you on the screen, you turn around. There's the screen. Ooh, beer burps.
The beer burps. The Modelo burp.
Ooh. You turn around and then they have little highlighted areas. You have to hit the golf ball and then it flings the bird on the screen, and those highlighted areas reflect with the little targets.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. We normally just do like the standard game, and then we've done the what was it called? Like the short chip or whatever. So it's like, the first three targets, which is always kind of fun to get your like short game dialed in.
Everyone was like, "Oh, Dom, you got to use your driver, blah blah blah," and I smoked it to the like end of the
net.
End of the net. You would have been so proud of me.
I would have been.
And it like just an absolute piss missile, like dead straight. Like if I had to replicate it on a golf course and we put money on it, no way in hell.
Wouldn't happen.
But at Top Golf, everything's straight.
Just dialed in, huh? Maybe you should rent Top Golf clubs and bring them to the course.
They were like really like bendy, which was weird for me.
Flexible shaft.
I didn't like it.
I've used like their clubs the first time when I went there because I was kind of in that same boat where it's like, okay, I'm not really sure. Do I bring my own clubs? Mm-hmm. I've seen people do it, but do I really want to be that guy? But
I didn't see too many people there with their own clubs though. Like we went on a pretty busy night too. I saw like one or two like older dudes with it and that was it.
The last 2 times I've been there, I brought my own clubs, but I wouldn't bring my whole bag. I just kind of like if I was going, like if I was going to a driving range before I was getting ready to tee up, I would bring those select few clubs.
You know what bag would be perfect?
What bag?
What bag?
What bag? Oh yeah, the Sunday
bag.
That's true. I haven't since I've gotten one. I haven't been at Top Golf, so that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Dom does not have a Sunday's Golf Code golf bag. That's a perfect Top Golf bag.
Yeah.
I like it. He should push for that.
Yeah, not only is it a range bag and a par 3 bag and maybe even a 9-hole bag.
Now it's a Top Golf bag. I like it. I like where your head's at.
We got to he should pay us. And not even
send you a bag.
Yeah, not even give me money, but give me a bag.
Hook him up.
Yeah, I don't know your name.
I think he might. Yeah, he's a good dude. I think he might. That's a good call. I like that because you don't want to be, like I said, you don't want to be that guy that lugs in your huge golf bag with all your clubs.
Right, especially because I've got all the stuff that dangles and you're kind of click clank and everything.
Got all your bag tags.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I know we were talking about beforehand, but that kind of reminds me of a take that I was thinking about as far as the clubs in your bag. Like in most of your rounds of golf, what's the percentage of that you use every single club in your bag? Like down from your putter to every iron to every, because you have probably just a standard set, like with irons, your 3-wood or like a fairway wood driver and all your irons.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think the percentage is? I was kind of thinking about that beforehand. I'm like, I wonder what most people actually, if they use all of their clubs, because I don't. Obviously, it depends on the course too. But
I mean, for me personally, the only reason I have a 5-iron is because I don't have a 4-iron because I broke it.
Which we did talk about before.
Yeah. Which now I bought a new one thanks to your brother.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Titles, yep.
New club. Who dis again?
Who dis?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of clubs that I could probably live without. And I know a lot of people are shaking their heads and going, no, you have to use every club. I would much rather hit a knockdown 7 than hit an 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I love the 8. But like I said, there are several clubs in my bag too that I like that I don't even touch.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of interesting because you have I think you're allowed 15. I should know this. 14 or 15. I think it's 15 clubs is the max you can have in the bag. And it's if you think about it, I mean, putter, your driver, those are 2 automatics. And then, a wedge.
Oh, for me, wedges.
Wedge. Well, yeah, for sure. Wedges. I was just thinking a 60-degree, 52, that's 4. And then you have probably 3 or 4 irons that you do. I mean, realistically, I'm probably only using 8 clubs.
Probably. Yeah, because realistically, you and I play, right? When's the last time have I ever been definitely an 8-iron type hole, other than the par 3 course?
Yeah,
I'll hit an 8-iron all day on that course, but even then, once.
Yeah, it depends on the course too. Obviously, if it's a new course that I'm looking at, I always try to look at the yardages to be okay, depending on how the course layout is, what do I think I'm going to need on that? Granted, I'm going to bring all of my clubs.
Well, right.
But yeah, it's kind of interesting to me of I think there's a lot of clubs that go unused. Mm-hmm. Those poor clubs.
Or happy clubs because they don't get hit.
That's true. That's a good way to look at it. Look at it from the other side.
Yeah, because I guess with me, I have My bag's really weird. Like my club setup is bizarre because I go driver, like 9.5 degrees.
Yep, pretty standard.
Yeah. And then I go into 5 wood because I don't like 3 woods because I like the loft. And then I have a 4 hybrid, which doesn't make sense, but I have one and I like it.
But you use it.
Yeah. And then I have 5 through 9 iron, 52, 56, 60, and then a putter.
Okay, so you have 5 iron, 6 iron, 7, 8, and a 9. How often do you think you use all those irons?
Rarely. Mainly because I use my my driver and then hybrid all the time. So
Yeah,
really,
then-
it's like I'm close enough to just use a
Like a wedge or something.
in. Yeah,
Sure.
that's not like a brag by any means because I by no means hit my driver straight or far.
You just typically use your driver and then your putter.
Yes, I agree.
Bryson DeChambeau style.
Oh, yeah.
Just drive the green. Happy Gilmore. Just make it.
They told us not to do that at Top Golf.
Yeah, they'll tell you that. That's one of their main rules.
She stared directly at me and told me that, and I was like, "Hey,
Were you wearing a Boston Bruins jersey? Is
no,
that
I had my OB Golf Co hoodie."
Nice. Shout out
Yeah.
OB Golf Co. I just got mine. I love it. Super comfy. Perfect for this time of year right now. It's
Yeah, it's
super
cold.
cold. Yeah, it's frigid. So shout out to OB Golf Co.
Thanks, boys.
Yep, really appreciate it. It's an interesting take. Like I said, I feel like my bag, I clean my club, especially now that I got my new irons, but it's like you can tell that there's some clubs that are like super shiny and then clubs that are like clean, but they're like they've been used, you know?
Yeah, because I think in my most used club, oh God, what do I use most? I had an idea and then I lost it because realistically, I don't use my 7 very often. I don't think I've ever touched my 6 iron because what do you do with that? I don't know.
I don't mind my 6.
I use my 9 for like everything because I can either hit it super far by sculling it, or if I hit it pretty like on the face, it's going a pretty good distance.
9 iron's a pretty popular club for me. Yeah, I would say probably a 5 iron, a 9 pitch, even an 8. Those are probably my 4 most common iron / wedge. I mean, the pitching, like you said, it really depends on the course too, the length.
Oh, I do have a pitching. I never use my pitching wedge.
Really?
Never. I like
I
freaks
love
me
my
out.
pitching wedge.
Like,
See, if I can get a drive where I'm about 145, 150 is a stretch depending on the wind, but if I'm like 140 to like anywhere from 120 to 140, that's like my ideal like setup. Drive it there and then wedge in.
Oh, I would just skull my 60 degree and have just an absolute roller.
Run it up to the green.
Oh yeah,
I like that. I'll take that.
'Cause,
If I
like,
get it on the green and 2-putt and walk
really,
really
because like within like, the furthest out I've ever hit my 60 is 120, and I've made it. So like,
furthest you hit your 60 iron,
Yeah.
or 60 degree.
yeah, 60 iron.
Your 60 iron. What's that?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really liked pitching wedges, even like the ones I've had in the past. Like they're just kind of
Interesting.
there for
I feel
me,
like
I
that's
guess.
a pretty popular wedge.
I know, but like I said, my bag is weird and I'm a weird dude.
It's okay.
'Cause
That's what we're talking about, though.
'cause
We're just trying to
everybody's-
cover it. I'm interested to
Yeah.
see what other people, because you're
Because I feel
probably
like
not the only one.
Yeah, and I feel like most people are like, oh, love my 7 iron. And I'm the weirdo who's like, man, I love my 4 iron.
I will say that my favorite iron, maybe not last year, but most of the time it would be my 8 iron.
Yeah, you
and we were
sucked
just talking
last
about
year.
you said you didn't really use your 8 iron,
No.
which is like I like my 8 iron. Partly because it's Kobe.
Oh my God.
But no, in all honesty, I actually like my 8 iron. I always seem to like, there's that one club that you feel like you can just kind of peer it.
4 iron. But I also grew up with the 1, 2, and 3 iron in my bag.
I did have a 2. I actually, before I could really hit a driver, a 3 iron was my go-to.
That was my 4 iron. Before I would hit driver, it's a 4 iron.
Yep, same, because I couldn't hit my driver. I mean, I had a cheapy driver, but still, I was just
Oh, I didn't.
slicing it.
I just
crazy.
can't hit drivers. Unless I'm at Top Golf.
Yeah, it sounds like you
Unless
just
I'm
hit a
at
top
Topgolf.
golf driver. So there's been obviously a lot of Tiger Woods talk His arms are looking ripped as all
Looking
get out.
thick.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like everyone's investing in crutches right now.
I have some if you want to borrow them.
I might after seeing those photos that surfaced on the internet, but no, it's obviously great for the game of golf to kind of be able to bring up Tiger Woods. He might be playing in that father-son tournament potentially. They're talking about with Charlie, which would be very cool to see. I would love to watch that because I didn't watch the first go around last year or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
I saw clips, but
I love the clips of them having the banter between the Thomases and Mini Tiger leaving Mini JT notes, and
I love that too. So hopefully he'll participate in that. But I mean, based off of his swing, the guy it's as smooth as butter. The guy's swing. I mean, he's still said I don't think he's anywhere major champion ready, but just awesome to see him hitting the ball, walking without crutches. So major improvement for him. So hopefully in the near future, we'll be talking more about that.
And who knows, maybe he will, win a major. And
you can't count him out. I mean, how many times have we counted, not me and you specifically, but the media, saying he'll never win again. And then he comes back and wins tournaments and then he wins majors. Yeah. It's just that the guy's a robot.
I don't think he's ever had an injury quite like this though. Cause yes, the back surgeries are a major, but having, a broken ankle, like the way he did and everything else, it's like, that's like a major joint in your body, which I'm not saying the back surgeries are any laughing matter, but, this is something that, you have to shift your weight in your feet and everything like that. There's all sorts of little things.
The adversity though that he's like had in the past, it's like,
oh, the dude's unreal.
He really is. I mean, if there's anyone to accomplish the things to like that he's really the only guy for it, and it's amazing. And I hope for the best for him. And I think I think everyone is. I don't want to say everyone, but 90% of people are supporting Tiger. And
right,
whether his decisions off the course, you could disagree with, but I mean, just in general for the game of golf, the guy just is great for the game.
I mean, he is golf.
Yeah, to a lot of people.
I mean, he's not my personal favorite, like we've talked about.
Sure,
but he was a little bit before me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't grow up like, I got to watch Tiger. You did. So I get it.
Yeah. And even though like the Masters 2 years ago, him winning, I mean, that's probably one of the best tournaments ever. You know what I mean? And just seeing that crowd of people. I mean, the guy is
and the Sunday Red and yeah.
Just very cool. And not only that, it was awesome to see his kids be there and see him win a tournament like that at that stature. The Tiger talk is obviously awesome to talk about on the podcast. I think there'll be more of that here in the near future. But also wanted to talk about the Hero World Challenge, which we were kind of mentioning earlier. We like Collin Morikawa. Mm-hmm. Bright future, super talented.
Arguably the future of golf.
Could
very well be. I mean, he's so young and has so much talent. But the issue is he's getting married.
I don't think that's an issue. But according to some people.
I don't think it's an issue either.
I know.
But
that's the
running
opening
joke.
part of the podcast too. That was kind of the opening caption. But yeah, he gets engaged. So congrats to Collin. But then he totally blows the lead.
Yeah.
I mean, proposes and wins the tournament all on the same night or same weekend. It just...
Do you think he got like too excited to propose and he popped the question? It was very like lackluster for him.
I don't know. That's...
Because it's like Rory ripped a shirt a few weeks ago, right? Because he got so upset. Do you think Collin was like super frustrated that his engagement wasn't like...
Or maybe it was too much for him and like they got too crazy that night and they
maybe he was hungover. Maybe he had a John Daly round.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe they had too much fun the night before. If that's the case, then hey, go for it. Hey, have it for you. I mean, he's won some majors, so he's so we're not knocking Collin. We like Collin. Collin's legit. I like him, but Victor, Mr. Victory Man,
Mr. Victor.
He got the W. He shot, I think, he's 6 under in the final round, and then tournament he finished at 18 under. So, which is just crazy to me that these guys are like that good shooting 18 under for a tournament.
So I guess if we're talking about golf news, what do you think about Brooks signing with Cleveland and Srixon? Did you hear about that?
Yeah. Brooks signed with Srixon. As far as Cleveland, for like his wedges, they owned like a kind of like a dual company.
Yeah,
kind of
no, they're the same.
Yeah, Srixon. I did see that. That was I'm glad you mentioned that because I was gonna bring that up. Do you know what the contract or what the deal?
So it says
entailed?
multi-year equipment deal. So when Koepka was unveiled as the Cleveland/Srixon staffer, this is from golf.com. So I trust them. You know, it's golf.
Yep.
.com. The irons appeared to be the only known in the bag. So obviously, like in this picture, you know, you got him and his big ass Srixon. So I'd imagine he's playing Srixon irons, which is weird. Which I guess I don't know who he was playing before.
TaylorMade. Yeah, he's playing TaylorMade.
Damn, why do you go from TaylorMade to... That it doesn't make sense. But yeah, no, I thought that was interesting. You know, we're talking about Colin. Might as well talk about Brooks being weird.
I will say too, like...
Oh, here we go. So as part of the deal, Koepka will play a Srixon ZX5 driver, ZX7 irons, 4-2 pitching wedge, and Z-Star prototype ball. And then Cleveland RTX Zip Core wedges, which you and I like.
Yep.
Cleveland makes a hell of a wedge. I don't have
awesome.
any, but I like Callaway wedges a little bit more. But Callaway makes sick wedges, and that was against that was in the match. Against Bryson.
Yep, the Bryson match. Yeah, we were going to talk about that. We had obviously some kind of a follow-up.
He's actually been an equipment free agent the last few years.
Yeah, he's been rocking, I believe, the TaylorMades. Those what he was previously.
Interesting. I didn't know he wasn't signed.
You know, that's actually I didn't either because when you see them playing the club, you just think automatically that's what they're.
Although I guess he was playing Nike, and Nike is no longer making.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Which is kind of the Tiger Woods too and Rory. They all kind of made that.
Yeah, and they both went to TaylorMade. I'm surprised they didn't just sign everybody.
TaylorMade did have a pretty big foothold on some of the new and upcoming good golfers because obviously like Titleist is a huge name. So like a lot of the, I don't want to say traditional golfers, but Titleist is still probably the number one name in golf. But
that's a pretty good looking driver.
Yeah, I've never hit a Srixon driver. I used to play a lot of their golf balls and I like their golf balls, but I can't say.
It's interesting that you're having a guy with this big of a name, you know, in Brooks Koepka playing. I don't want to say like a cheaper brand and have it sound negative.
I don't think it's cheaper, but I think
they are more affordable than like a Ping or a Taylor because this driver says it's $499.99, and then the wedges he's using for the full set is under $1,200.
Or the irons.
Is that not what I said?
You said wedges.
Oh, same thing.
But yeah, I got what you were saying. I just wanted to clarify. But yeah, that's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean the wedges are $150 a wedge, which is standard,
pretty reasonable.
But Cleveland is like the brand for wedges.
Yeah, I'd say Cleveland and then Titleist Vokeys,
and then Callaway maybe.
Yeah,
you know, I feel like they're all interchangeable. I feel like other brands don't do wedges as well as.
I wonder if it's just because Srixon really hasn't done I mean, for at least from my take is I think Srixon's really only like done a lot of marketing on their golf balls, and that's not even a lot of marketing. But I mean, like product wise. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll be a trend for Srixon to see if.
I mean, I'd love to have more brands be competitive, right? You know, because I feel like everybody you go see on the course, it's, you know, TaylorMade. They'll have like the Callaway, you know, Rogues or whatever, and then that's really it. What was that?
the doggy has spoke.
I honestly thought my phone was vibrating, and I was like, "No, it's on silent. It does not do that."
Apologize. That's my dog hearing stuff. No, I agree. I do miss the Nike golf equipment though. To be honest,
some of it.
Yeah, I like the Nike Method putters. Those were sick.
I liked the not the Covert. The Covert.
Oh, the Nike Covert. The was it the one before that or after? It's there was one other one that I liked too, because the Nike Covert, that's the red colored.
Yeah, that I had 5 wood, and that's kind of when I fell in love with 5 woods. Was that club? I think I still have it. It's in my shed somewhere. Because, like, what do you do with old clubs? You can't just throw them away. You have a collection.
Collect them, yeah. Just collect them, donate them, but you collect them and just, once you meet somebody that hasn't played or doesn't have any clubs,
let them
borrow them.
Well, yeah, that's what I do. I have 2 sets.
Yep.
I know after the Covert was the Vapor. Because I had the Vapor.
Sorry,
What are you doing?
I was just checking my last post here, and somebody was being the grammar police here on the meme.
Okay, but we are...
I apologize. I didn't try to click on it.
We're on a podcast.
I didn't realize the sound is actually off, but I think once I clicked on it, just throwing a little music out there, getting the fans excited.
For what?
In case they were dozing off a little bit from us rambling on. So...
Okay, we're not going to talk about clubs anymore because apparently you're not interested.
I'm interested. I am interested. I actually, I'm really glad that you brought that up because I did see that and I forgot to talk about that before we got on because Brooks is probably one of the biggest names in golf right now, right? Mm-hmm. Especially with the Brooks and Bryson feud, which we didn't really talk about before either. Because we didn't record last time, but the match, I watched a little bit of it. I probably watched about 5 holes. Obviously, there's only 12.
Weird, but yeah.
Yeah, I was a little unimpressed.
I've heard, I didn't watch any of it because I was kind of eating turkey and napping.
Yeah, that's
football.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
Yeah, I heard it was very lackluster.
Same. I heard it was really good for the PGA Tour as far as numbers and all that, but there was a lot of people on social media just in general just kind of they thought it was gonna be a lot cooler than what it was, and it just really wasn't.
I wish they truly hated each other because then to make it a little bit more fun to have some actual trash talking.
Yeah, they were both kind of just dialed in really.
Yeah, because they both had every clip I saw, they each had a headphone in or an AirPod or Bryson has Bose or whatever.
Yeah, and that was mainly to be Phil was on broadcast with Charles Barkley, which is a great commentators to have.
That combo.
Yeah, but it just kind of sucks because they're both trying to beat each other. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, that's why that 2-on-2 is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. When you got Phil and Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Bryson, because Phil's all about the game and explains it. And then you got the GOAT arguably of football and just kind of dissecting okay, this is what's going to happen. This is how, you know what I mean? Yeah. I love that aspect because if I'm going to play golf with somebody that's at that level, that's what I want. I want to literally soak in as much stuff because I don't see that. You don't see that. Me and you could hit some good shots and go up there, and our whole goal is to hit it straight, get it on the green, and 1 or 2 putt, and then go to the next hole, right? But there's so much more. There's so many more elements to the game, and I love how Phil dissects it. And that's what I would want if I'm playing golf. I would love that. I think it's dude, the more you're talking to me, the more I appreciate it because I want to take it all in.
Part of that scares me, a lot. Because remember when we were talking about having a caddy last episode? Yep. It scares the hell out of me because my whole golf game and my whole mentality towards golf is to make it as dumb as possible. Dumb it down for me. Yes, going in depth is super cool to listen to. But if I'm out there playing and you tell me to twist my hips at this degree, at this angle, I'm going to look at you and just swing. I don't know.
No, I will say, if Phil's trying to tell me what I should and shouldn't do on the course, as far as mechanics, that's a different story.
If Phil tells me what to do, I'm going to do it because it's Phil.
Right. But for me, I mean, more of the, he's talking about darker grains of the green or the grass. If it's facing this way or this way, that means it's rolling. It's actually against the grain. Things most average golfers wouldn't.
Go in the hole.
Yeah, just tell me where to hit it.
Yeah.
Point and I'll hit it there. But it's just things like that's what I would like because you don't typically see that on an average, like, you know what I mean? Like, me and you aren't thinking about those things, and that's what I love about Phil talking golf, is that he's a good trash talker too.
Yeah.
Like he's good at his little comebacks. I love listening to Phil talk. So I think that if they would have had, I mean, I think they needed to have the Bryson and Brooks the match, but 12 holes. And then Bryson's saying that he just got new equipment, so he doesn't even know how far his irons go. It's just kind of seemed like it was thrown together.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're going to do 12, you might as well do 9. You know what I mean? Like 9 holes instead.
True.
You know, because I feel like 12, it's just like, do 12, like, just do 18 then. But if you're not going to, like, just do 9, I don't know. The whole thing seemed kind of...
Yeah, there was a lot of disappointed fans, which...
It just seemed like rushed and, like, nobody cared. Because, I mean, we've had this Brooks and Bryson drama for what feels like forever. Reality, it's been like 8 months, which is a long time.
Yeah, we've talked about it on multiple episodes.
And for it to just kind of culminate and end with...
a 12-hole tournament or round, and it's like...
Yeah.
It's like playing 12 holes and, like, the rain or the lightning showing, and you got to stop.
Yeah.
It's like...
And there wasn't...
brutal.
Yeah.
Like, you can't finish.
I don't know. Just do 18 or 9.
I completely agree.
It just feels weird.
But Brooks did kick his butt, and I'm not saying that Bryson. Well, I thought it would have been a lot more competitive than that. I didn't think. I mean, Phil had Bryson winning it,
but I guess with how it turned out, how seriously do you think both of them took it?
I think Brooks took it really seriously.
Right. So do you think Bryson took it very seriously?
I don't think he really did.
Right. So did he? I don't know. I guess it's hard.
I think I'm not saying he didn't take it seriously, but I think Brooks was like
mega try hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him. I mean, if that's me, like I want.
Did they win any money?
A lot of it went to charity, which is cool. So it was like a donation kind of thing. So I mean, it's kind of set up similar to some of the other previous tournaments. Like most of all the money is going straight to a charity, which of their choice. So I mean, it's all for good fun.
Right.
It's not, it's nothing like...
I don't know. I guess I wouldn't take it super seriously then either.
Yeah, more of a bragging right.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I hopefully in the near future, I hopefully, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're not going to be in it.
No, not me. Hopefully they have like a 2-on-2 where it's like you got another professional. Like I would love to see Steph Curry. He's a good golfer.
Yeah. What about him? Okay. Hear me out.
Okay.
So we have Phil and Steph.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
So what's another like golfer that'd be interested in this?
Well, MJ.
No, like a professional. Because I have a better one than MJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking you take Tiger and Phil because they've had so much history.
Okay, but I'm talking like if we could do this like next year, because Tiger probably won't be doing this next year.
Well, maybe. Because it's not like... Okay, let's just take Tiger out of it. But I think he could. But
let's take him out of the equation.
Okay, Phil,
and then what's another like professional golfer that would be good at this?
I would like to see Rory.
Okay, so we take Phil and Steph, Rory and Tony Romo, because Romo
would be
Romo's
legit.
good. Fucking duke it out.
I like that.
That'd be better because everybody knows Steph Curry. Or Splash Brother.
Or how about we do Phil, Steph, Rory, J.R. Smith? Because he's playing college.
How would that affect his eligibility though?
I don't think it will matter if he's like playing like on an off weekend.
I guess I only picked Romo because people know Romo is good.
Right, but that's the thing. It's like Romo's great.
But like Steph is also good though.
That's true.
So to me, it has to be
Steph is still in the league. JR is obviously still not in the league, so that would.
But JR was.
I think it would
Steph.
be. Yeah. I would like to see maybe even a player that's still in the league, or even like a different athlete or a different sport athlete that's still in the league of some sort.
I've thought about this. I really want to see KG.
I don't know if does he golf?
I don't know. But that's why I want to see it. I want to see a 7-footer swing it. And I want to hear his like trash talk.
See, if he could golf really good, he'd be deadly. Because
I don't even care if he could golf. He doesn't have to golf good to intimidate anybody. He's 7 foot tall and will cuss you out in the matter of a split second.
I know, but imagine if he had any decent game. Though.
Well, I mean, he's an athlete.
Yeah, but Golf is more mental. Once you develop a swing,
Have you
So
seen his mental game?
but that's what I'm saying.
Dude,
though,
he's
like,
freaking Kevin Garnett.
no, his mental game is top notch. But I'm saying though, you still have to have a decent swing because you can be. It's hard to. Kevin Garnett was very good at basketball, so it made it that much easier for
Like,
him to talk trash.
The greatest.
For you, yes.
For me.
yeah. Say the greatest Timberwolf, of course,
Well, yeah.
but one of the greatest, probably. I mean, him and Tim Duncan are probably the greatest power forwards
I
in
think
their
he's,
time.
I think it's probably better.
Individually, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, team-wise, Spurs
no.
won
Yeah.
multiple championships, but what I'm saying though is that like you can't really trash talk someone that at his level like he did in the basketball if he can't swing a golf club.
Right,
That's
but-
kind of what I was getting at.
I don't care. I'll trash talk.
Well, so will he, but I mean,
And
I
who
wouldn't take it seriously if he couldn't hit the ball though.
I would. I'd be scared. Dude,
Not
he's
me.
7 foot.
That's okay.
Do
Like,
it.
he can talk as much smack as you want. If you can't hit a ball, it doesn't really mean
But
anything.
I can't hit a ball.
You can though.
Just not good.
But I'm saying like he might not even have golf clubs.
Well, dude, imagine how long his golf clubs would be. It'd be like a hockey stick.
Like his pitching wedge is taller than my whole body.
Okay, I won't go that far.
No, I know, but
His pitching wedge would probably be like a 7 iron. Like, realistically.
I love KG, but I don't know if he plays golf. I'd be interested to know if he's.
Hey, KG, if you're ever listening, big fan. Got your jersey. Do you play golf, big guy?
Yeah,
Because if
he do
so,
play golf.
please trash talk me.
We should definitely set up a 2-on-2. Steph Curry, Phil, Rory. I would like to see Rory though on the.
I think Rory would be good because Rory is very. He's a lot like Phil, where he's very technical.
Yeah,
and he'll break it down, and
but he's also like at that age where he's still young enough where he's still like.
no, he's probably super into memes.
I'm sure. I mean, he's got to be with this ripped up Nike shirt.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, what is he doing? And then I was like, oh, been there, almost done that.
And I love Rory. Rory's probably one of my, between Tiger, Rory, and Ricky, those are probably my all-time 3 favorite golfers. And I think that's just because, again, Tiger's Tiger, but Rory and Ricky are like, when I really got into golf, those two are kind of the 2 big names in golf. And so, but hopefully they get another match with a 2-on-2 personality, even if they get like I'm not a fan of Aaron Rodgers, but I would like to see Tom Brady duel it out again. To get Tom and Phil and some other.
I mean,
Tony. I think that Tony Romo and Tom would be kind of cool.
Yeah, the quarterbacks duke it out.
I kind of like that. If you got Phil and Rory, or
Because
something
I
like
just
that.
thought of Tony Romo because I'm like, well, he's actually like played on some tour events. Like he's a very solid golfer.
Yeah, he's trying to essentially. I mean, when he signed his deal with his
NBC.
broadcast deal,
Yeah.
that was part of his negotiation, I believe, from my understanding, is that he's qualifying for tournaments so that if there are conflictions, yeah, that he was gonna go,
play golf.
yeah, which
Hell
is
yeah.
sick. And they were like all for it. But I mean, he's so good
At the same time, he's also earned it.
yeah,
You know,
Tony
because
Romo's.
like, could you and I do that? No, but like Tony Romo's a very good golfer.
You know who else is an underrated golfer? Like most people don't know if that's still in the NFL. It's Matt Ryan.
Really,
Yeah, he's a stud. He's like a low,
I forgot he was in the NFL.
yeah, he's a low handicapper. He's like basically like a scratch golfer.
Oh, so definitely better than me.
Oh yeah, he's legit. Yeah, Matt Ryan. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's probably several others that are probably better than him, but I know Matt Ryan sticks out as far as existing NFL players that golf. He's one of the top notch.
I didn't know Matt Ryan did.
He kind of fell off.
Kind of.
That whole team, dude.
Yeah.
Once that whole Patriots Super Bowl kind of came in place where they were up 20, was it 28-3, 24-3? And,
28.
Yeah.
It's the Tom Brady effect.
Yeah, once that happened, the Falcons just kind of got depleted. And I liked Matt Ryan.
Matty
Solid
Ice.
squad. Julio Jones, one of my favorite receivers.
He's been on IR like half the year. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, like, when he was on the fall, he was deadly. Him and Roddy White back in the day.
Damn, I haven't heard that name in a long
I
time.
know. Roddy White was a stud, too. QBE shootout. The QBE shootout is this week. That is
The what?
the QBE Shootout.
Okay.
That's happening this week. That's the tournament that Harris English and Matt Kuchar won last year. So it's basically a 2-man tournament. We'll see what happens. It's the tournament that's happened on the PGA Tour this week. Some of the notables are Bubba,
Hell yeah.
Zalatoris. I think Bubba and Zalatoris are actually teammates, which would be sick to see.
Damn, I gotta watch my boy Bubba. I almost said Phil.
Phil's not in it, yeah.
No, so I gotta watch my guy Bubba.
And then you got
And then my new boy Will.
Will Zalatoris, yeah. Jason Day's in it. I don't know who he's teamed up with, but I don't even remember the QBE Shootout, to be honest.
Is this new?
It could be. It takes place
Because you said it, and I was like, "Cool, what?"
Yeah, I know. I had to say it twice because
I know. I kind of looked at you, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
It. Let's see. The Hero Challenge was in the Bahamas, and this takes place, I believe, in
We can Google it.
Florida or California. It's one of the two. I'm pretty sure.
QB. Oh, right here.
Yeah, I believe it's in.
Oh, it's been going on since '89.
Yeah, I think that QBE though kind of absorbed the tournament name.
Oh, is this the one that Greg Norman does? Yeah, hosted by Greg Norman. Oh, it's in Florida.
It's in Florida. Okay, it's either in California or Florida. I couldn't remember.
Tiburon.
It's a 2-man Tiburon Golf Club. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So we'll see what happens. That's what's happening this week as far as
predictions. Okay. So
I want to take a look and see if I'm pretty sure Zalatoris and Bubba are teammates. If that's the case, I'm probably going that route.
So there's Sam Burns and Billy Horschel.
They're the favorites.
That could be good.
4-1, huh?
This dude in Kevin Na.
Oh, Kokrak. Jason Kokrak.
Never heard of him. Kokrak.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know. Kevin Na.
Max Homa.
Is it Homa or Hama? Did we have this discussion before?
I think we have had this discussion.
Did we know what it is?
I think it's Max Hama.
There's Jason Day and Mark Leishman. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good team.
Ian Poulter, Charles Howell.
Oh, it's Sean O'Hare.
And Will.
Okay.
Bubba and Lexi Thompson. Interesting.
That's it. Lexi Thompson.
She's the Cobra.
Is that really her though?
Yeah.
She's playing in it?
Yeah. Interesting.
Are you sure?
Dude, it says right there.
I know, but I was looking at that earlier.
Do you know of another Lexi Thompson?
Well, I was looking at that earlier. He's back at it.
Stop.
I did not try to click on that. I saw that earlier, but they didn't. You know how they have a face, a profile pic of each player?
No, because this one doesn't.
No, I know, but the article that I had seen, it had everyone's picture except that one, and I was kind of I saw that. I'm like, what? Because it's a PGA Tour challenge.
It says it's not. Yeah. Lexi Thompson paired to Bubba for Q teams released.
That's sick.
That's Lexi Thompson's face. I would know that face because I've had a crush on her since high school.
That's sick.
That is so cool. Oh, in 2018, it was her and Tony Finau.
Okay.
Interesting.
Man, we're probably way behind the times. I think that's probably how it's been for a while.
Yeah, it says PGA Tour and then unofficial event.
Gotcha.
It's probably just for fun. Shits and gigs.
Well, that's pretty sick.
Interesting. I wonder why she's the only woman. Oh, well.
I wonder if it's because she won. Because I think this has to do with I think they somehow host like a LPGA tournament.
Oh, okay.
Because I did kind of see something like that. So, very cool. Well, all right. Well, I'm glad I at least brought it up.
I'm glad we Googled
QB
it.
Shootout. Yeah, we should have had it up beforehand. But hey, in any case, that's going on this week. That's in Florida, Naples.
Naples.
Right? Yep. The Tiburon.
Yep. It says specifically the gold course. The prize fund is $3.5 million. Dude.
It's the last time, I promise. Sorry.
I like how you physically switched accounts.
I had to switch my 1 of 10 Instagram accounts.
Jesus.
I'm trying to see what else I had on there. So I don't really want to talk too much about this, but
Is that the one with him peeing on
Yeah.
Okay.
Thorbjorn. Totally could be butchering his name. Olesen. He's apparently accused of basically a sexual assault and also urinating in a passenger seat of an airplane. And I haven't read some articles,
laugh.
but apparently Ian Poulter had to basically walk him back to his seat because he said he doesn't remember any of it because he took 6
I
sleeping
feel like
pills
Ian
with
Poulter's
alcohol.
Low key a party animal.
I like Ian Poulter. I couldn't stand Ian Poulter, but then I really like Ian Poulter.
Why didn't you like him?
I always thought he was just kind of like a douche on the tour, like a jerk, just wasn't a likable guy. But then I don't know him still, but watching some of his YouTube videos and Instagram stories.
That's why I feel like he's a party animal. Low key, probably parties hard.
Yeah, that European Ryder Cup. I mean, so this Thorbjorn Lord, whatever it is. I apologize. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Olesen, he was actually a kind of one of those guys that was a pretty good Ryder Cup golfer. He was in the Team Europe for
Is he an older guy?
I don't think he's actually super old. I think he's probably in his 30s.
I'll Google it.
I would say late 20s.
How do you spell his name?
I believe it's Thor and then it's Bjorn. So Thorbjorn Olesen. But I think he's probably in his 30s.
31.
Yeah.
He's from Denmark.
Yep. Yeah, he's a
little dude.
He's not very tall.
He's 5'9".
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he had to pee on things.
He's not very tall. But
he looks like he parties hard. Yeah.
Yeah, he's accused of that, so hopefully I'm not really sure. I don't know why I brought it up, but
it says he felt horrible. I would feel horrible too.
Yeah, let's hope that everything kind of.
I wonder what sleeping pills he took because they clearly didn't work.
I just I saw that urinated on a plane seat, and I don't I mean, is he whipping it out and just going to town?
I can't do that on command.
But that's what I'm saying though. How does that even work? It just says it's kind of vague. Urinates on a passenger seat. What is that? To me, it sounds like he just decided that he just unzipped and just started going. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm assuming he was so drugged up because of the sleeping pills that he thought he was in the bathroom because he said he didn't remember. I'm not saying that it's right because it's definitely not, but that's
wild.
I looked up some golf news today and that was the top headline, so that's why I figured I would just bring it up. But
not a very good look.
No,
the golf.
No, not at all. So hopefully that gets taken care of, and I feel bad for that stewardess, I should say, stewardess that apparently got groped. So because that's not acceptable at all.
That's why I didn't want to talk about it because I know how to transition from it.
Well, the Vikings stink.
Damn right we do.
They lose to the winless Lions. Of course, now they're not winless, but you know what? We're Minnesota nice, and we decided that we wanted to sharing is caring.
I'm actually not super mad at it because the state of Michigan needed something. After all the I don't really want to talk about it.
Oh,
after all the news stuff, and I mean
we decided to give them a W.
Well, no, Zimmer decided that.
Yeah.
You and I did not decide that.
No,
Zimmer decided.
We did not decide. We did not want that to happen.
Yeah,
but I did see it. I did see it kind of coming.
As soon as he pulled the pressure off and left that dude wide open, yeah. But they also won the Big Ten. Michigan did.
They kind of saw that coming too. Iowa was just
it's Iowa.
Yeah. Gophers should have been playing against Michigan though. If they lost to Illinois at home.
But you shouldn't lose to Illinois at home.
No, they should. Or Bowling Green. Granted, the Bowling Green didn't really make a difference between that, but still.
It still kind of does.
Yeah.
I mean, long term.
But so yeah.
But we have the Wild.
The Wild are on fire right now.
The Wolves, mediocre. But the Wild,
They're still not out of it though. They're what, 10-13, so they're not obviously. Yeah, they're struggling. They lost the last two, I think, but a lot of game left, and they have a bright future too. But yeah, the Wild, Studley. I think they're tied for first right now in their division, right? Or they're top of the division.
I think we're top.
Yeah, they are.
Well, let me Google it.
Kristaps Kaprizov is just a stud. Kaprizov.
What did you say his first name was?
Is it Kristaps?
No.
Kristaps?
No.
What is it?
Kirill.
Oh yeah, it's Kirill. Kristaps. What the heck is Kristaps?
I don't know.
There's a player that's Kristaps.
No, it's Kirill Kaprizov.
Yeah, Kirill the Thrill.
Oh my God.
Kaprizov.
Yeah, it says we're first in the Central. You are just awful with names.
I'm struggling, but who's it? I think that's Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis.
Kristaps.
Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis, because I saw an article about that earlier too.
Is he still on the Mavericks?
Yep.
Is he gonna be traded?
They've been talking about for a while, but he's actually kind of playing pretty good as of late. We'll see though.
Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Kaprizov.
Kristaps.
Oh.
He actually didn't play. So he played.
He was injured for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, he said the last two games, or not the last game, but 2 games previously. But he's actually been putting up good friggin' numbers. I mean, being as tall as he is, he's a huge 3-point shooter. Though the guy just loves to park it right behind the lane or right behind the 3-point line. But he can shoot the lights out. But so I apologize, Kristaps. That's who I was thinking of. But Kirill Kaprizov is the future of the Wild. That guy is absolutely studly. And I haven't been to a game yet. I was going to go.
I'm going in January.
Are you?
Yeah.
I was looking at some tickets. They're still actually not too bad.
No, they're pretty cheap.
They're so fun to go to. It's probably the best live game to go to. Like a hockey event.
Yeah.
I mean, for the Wild anyway, Minnesota. And if you go to the Timberwolves, definitely have to go lower level.
Well, I think my favorite thing to watch live is hockey.
Yeah, for sure.
Because yes, everyone's like, oh, it's so expensive, but it's way cheaper than a Vikings game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Vikings are ass.
Yeah, and
pardon my French.
Slow play too. Hockey is so fast paced. It's just so much.
And no matter where you sit in the XL, I almost like sitting up higher because you can kind of watch the puck and the plays develop.
Yep, 100%.
But I feel like if I'm gonna spend that money, I want to go see the Wild.
They're fun to watch.
And I mean, I love the Twins.
That's your squad.
But the Twins are not playing right now.
No.
We don't know what the hell they're doing.
They're somewhere warm, I'd imagine.
God, I hope so.
You think they're going to be good next year?
No.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hearing.
Our big splash this offseason, other than Buxton. Love Buxton. We signed Dylan Bundy.
Dylan Bundy,
not a bad pitcher. I'm going to break it down for you. I know this is a golf podcast, but at this point, screw it. He's had a couple good years. The issue was he played for Baltimore and then arguably a worse team in the Angels.
Okay, with the Angels, how do you have two of the best players, or at least well-known players in the league? And have they made the playoffs in the last 10 years?
Yes.
Maybe once or twice. You have Trout, who he can't.
We have Trout, Ohtani, and Rendon.
Rendon, yeah. And I was talking about Trout and Ohtani.
I know, but don't disrespect Rendon.
No, I know, but I'm saying how
because they don't. They have the same issue the Twins do, right? We'll have
pitching.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Because we have studs all around the field, other than Sano. Hate Sano. We can trade him, and I would be happy. But they don't spend money on pitchers. So our big splash is probably Dylan Bundy. We signed him for a year. And he's probably going to be okay.
Where'd he come from?
The Angels. The issue is it's Dylan Bundy. He's had 2 good years.
Did he probably come off a Tommy John surgery or something?
No, he just had a really bad year. In 2020 was really good, but 2020 we can't really.
Yeah, it's hard to really kind of get it.
Right, because everyone can have a stretch of 60 games where you're good, and pitchers pitch 1 every 4 days. So you're pitching what, 10 games, maybe?
Sounds about right.
I don't know. I don't expect us to be good.
Are we going to be making any other moves for pitchers?
I hope so, but knowing the Twins, probably not. We still need a shortstop.
Excuse me.
You're so loud.
I know.
But yeah, they're the Twins. I'm not expecting a whole lot.
Who do you think the favorite is to win the World Series for next year? Is the Dodgers again?
I would imagine so, because they're probably. I mean, chances are they're going to be the favorite, even though I know Atlanta won it, but nobody expected Atlanta to win it.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. Do you think Bryce Harper's going to win a ring?
I hope so. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like Bryce
know he
Harper.
gets a bad rap, but he's genuinely one of the most fun players to watch because he plays good defense and he'll crank a walk-off grand slam like it's nothing.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's probably like my, as far as like players that are still like playing right now, because Jeter's probably my all-time favorite player, but like playing today, like I like watching Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I don't know. I think baseball is one of those things where it's hard to ring chase because, I mean, you saw it last year, right? You know, everyone's like, oh, the Dodgers are going to sweep everybody. You know, they beat the Cardinals in the first round, and then they beat San Francisco, and then they just got like steamrolled by Atlanta. And Atlanta was a wild card team, I believe. Or no, maybe they won their division. I don't remember at this point. It's December. But nobody picked Atlanta. And Atlanta just ran the tables, ran right over the Astros.
Atlanta was a wild card. No,
they weren't.
San Francisco had the most wins, I believe.
Yeah, they had the most wins in baseball.
Yeah, who was the wild card? I'm trying to think because the Dodgers.
Dodgers, yeah. Dodgers and the Cardinals.
Dodgers and the Cardinals, yeah.
Because that one made me sad.
Yeah, you'd be Cardinals guy.
Yeah. Wow, what a depressing end.
Well, we can talk about some food before the end of the podcast. Anything new that you've...
That buffalo cauliflower thing? Bomb. I don't know what it is. To me, it was just cauliflower with buffalo sauce, right? Like...
Put it in the air fryer, man.
Yeah.
That's money. I love it. I could eat that every day. Buffalo cauliflower is where it's at.
I haven't really had anything new. I mean, because we had Thanksgiving, which I don't really care for. Other than like that leftovers for Thanksgiving, you make a good potato pancake with the mashed potatoes.
I think leftover Thanksgiving food is like almost better than...
I mean, I don't like turkey, but like leftover mashed potatoes, you get the big thing of fruit salad.
See, I'm like so like we normally do like ham and turkey, but it's like I go with the mashed potatoes, corn, peas.
You put gravy on everything?
Oh yeah, get some rolls. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But we went to Manny's Steakhouse, which is extremely expensive. But we had some filet mignons, and the hash browns were like probably the best hash browns I think I've ever had. So we had a great experience, but that was probably the most expensive meal I think I've ever had. But it was worth it. It was a special occasion.
For Thanksgiving?
No.
Oh, was that for a birthday?
Yeah, golden birthday.
Damn,
the hospitality was awesome.
You didn't do anything for my golden birthday. You didn't know me.
No.
I'm still blaming you for me not having a good golden birthday.
Man, I'm sorry.
Mine was when I was 18.
But yeah, no, didn't know you.
Yeah. For you.
Steakhouse, it was good. Really, they did a really cool, huge chocolate cake for her birthday. They just brought it out, but it was such a huge cake we couldn't finish it, but it was so good. So
like just like a piece, or
it was a slice, but it was like almost like a full cake. It was just a slice, but it was huge.
That's one over here, right?
Yep, just right downtown. It's been around forever. Kind of what a lot of people say is that Murray's is for essentially anyone who's like 50 or older, and Manny's is kind of like
younger
crowd. Yeah.
So but you're almost transitioning to Murray's.
I'm getting close. Okay. Yeah, just slow down. But yeah, that's really, I think the only, we really went out and had some new food, but highly suggest it, but only on a special occasion because it was pricey. So yeah, no, we're out of town this weekend or this coming weekend. So I'm
By
super
we,
excited.
You mean you?
Yep, me and the wife
Again, was not invited.
Me and the wife are going out to Chi-Town, going to Chicago. So probably won't record this this next week, but for sure the next week. Hopefully we can get some new Tiger updates.
Or at least something.
Yeah. It's kind of hard because like we're a golf podcast, and I know there's like that's kind of the cool thing with the Bryson and Brooks thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just gives us something to talk about, and like these matches, because there's still the PGA Tour still going on right now, but it's so like
I almost like not doing these every week in the off season like this.
right, because like once like the season is in full effect with these every like big tournaments, like it's like you almost have to do it every week. But like right now, it's not a big deal.
Like you go a couple weeks and just recap a couple weeks.
Exactly, which kind of what we do with the match because we were kind of behind on that, but really wasn't much to.
No, there's not much to
Recap.
talk about.
Yeah.
You know.
So, again, season 2, we're planning on launching beginning of January.
Yeah.
That's kind of the plan. We'll
Kind
see
of
what
the
happens.
new year.
Yeah, but we got a bunch of new what would I
Spit it
say?
out. Guests.
New guests that we have in the works. They're not official yet, but we got some really cool guests. Look to get some new insights on and aspects of the game, and just in general, just kind of talking to have some other some newer guests on the podcast because
It's fun just to talk about golf.
really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you're
I mean, I've had people tell me that they don't know anything about golf, but they just like to listen to us, which to me is weird. But I
will
thank
say
them.
sometimes it's kind of cool. Like I do have some of those podcasts that I listen to that are like they're not very well known,
Mhm.
but they're just kind of like us, like just,
Yeah.
but it's not golf related. It's just in like business or just in other
Yeah.
things, and it's kind of like fun to listen to that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool. It's because it's like you can kind of relate. You know what
yeah.
I mean? A little bit like we're not like
I just think it's wild that people like sit down and listen to us.
yeah when you posted that Spotify list of all the different how many
I think we're in 40 countries.
yeah, which is insane to
That's
me.
a lot.
I've been to one country.
Yeah.
This one.
United States.
Got a passport now, so I can
I
go to
do.
other countries.
Let's
Yeah.
go to- we can't really go to Canada.
Well, technically we can.
Well, there's all COVID and stuff.
Oh, I know, but we're vaccinated,
yeah.
so we could go technically.
Oh,
Yeah, we technically can go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's pretty amazing to know that like our voices, how boring we might sound here, but it's awesome to know that people out of all over the world are listening.
it's crazy.
It's really kind of great.
Yeah.
Hard to like wrap my brain around it, but appreciate the patience. We are gonna again have probably a couple more episodes before the end of the year, but season 2, we got some cool things up our sleeves and we're super excited. So stay tuned and we'll talk to you soon.